settlement town for my science project, and I chose to do it in the game Fallout 4, and I have no clue how to describe this. Basically, in this game, you have to build settlements, and it'll protect different civilians from things like raiders and different like monsters that'll try and attack it. That's why you see all the defenses. But in the town, we were supposed to have things like, let me read, it was firefighters, policemen, at least 30 people. Oh my god. My light's unplugged. I hate my life. My dad always unplugs something. But it was supposed to have a mayor, which would be here, because I don't trust anybody else with running my settlements. And I've spent the last week or so trying to collect all the resources. So far, if you look in the top left, I've been able to get 20 people, so the rest of the people I've had to make up with just different resources and kind of winging it. So I'm just going to have to start going through the town. And on my paper, I listed what all the different people would be in game. So the mayor would be my character, the police would be the investigators and all, and so on and so forth. So in this game, I did have to improvise a lot, but if I get started, I did have to make a entire police and mayor office building. And if you come in here, this is where you could find the 2 police officers, which I tried to do this at night, that way none of the settlers would like get in the way whenever I try and go through different stuff. So I put through like a bunch of different like items that you would find in a police area. I don't know why, but all the pistols that were police issue 44 stub nose. I tried to put pistols on each desk to make it look like neat and orderly, but this is what I mean by the settlers coming through and messing with stuff. They knocked all the pistols off. They're in some of the dumbest locations. Piper's still going to get in the way. That's your companion through the game. I chose it to be Piper. Alright. I need to get this done before day breaks and everybody comes out to screw with everything. And as you go... Nobody saw that. As you go upstairs, this is the actual mayor's office. I put the 2 different flags for the 2 different like companion groups I work with. You have your different like desk, like your computer, your document. Nobody heard that either. English is a fun language. Your documents and different stuff through the different filing cabinets. Day's about to break, so I'm absolutely just, this is terrible. I'm trying to keep it clean because I know that this is a project for school. But each house has different beds for different settlements and settlers. So I'm butchering this so bad, but I'm going to just try and pretend like it's not happening. So I couldn't make a fire station. So what I did was, in the like 1800s, they would always have these water pumps and metal buckets everywhere. And whenever a fire broke out, people would fill up metal buckets and try and douse down the water. This is the most butchered thing I've ever tried to do. Because A, I'm tired of playing this game. And B, I'm super nervous. Shut up.
Not if I have my say.
But instead of having a fire department, I just did that instead. And then as you go through, each house has different stuff. I made a shopping center to keep people happy. That's an artillery, my house, so on and so forth. I checked the other things that I needed to show for all this. For one, everybody needs their own space, so either people can choose to have a house, but if they do have a house, there's certain restrictions, so that you have to like take care of like the actual house itself, and a lot of people are lazy and don't want that type of responsibility, so they'll mostly live in this hotel complex I made. 2 stories and can house about, I want to say like 16 people. That's the power station. And the next thing is I don't have like a lot of room in this settlement. It's only a small neighborhood and I did my best to repair it. I mean, I've repaired the dam over by the creek, Like, I've completely remade it with fresh concrete and everything. And I've tried to make it as neat as possible, and I just had to be different. That's why it's in Fallout 4. But I've tried to like completely refurbish everything. But I have all the different like people listed. So the firemen are just volunteer citizens, all of them. And then the prisoners, that's one thing that I was forgetting. If you look here, because I didn't have enough room to make an actual prison, I'm just going to kind of improvise it and go with the vault, which is where the main character starts off. It's up on that hill. If you can see that area in that panel, it leads down into a underground vault, which is where your character starts off the game. I don't really want to spend another 10 minutes showing you where everything is over there unless I really have to, but basically you go down there and there's a bunch of different containment cells and they're all full of people. I'm going to pretend like the people are alive, but to be honest, they're all dead. And the final thing is all the different settlers, or all the different people that would live in the town. They all have certain like element names and everything. Everything there is listed on the sheet because I don't want to waste all your time to watch this. Sorry, I had to be different, but something up.